By now, most of you will have seen the letter sent to all municipalities outlining the basics of this new initiative by the Ministry of Labor regarding ergonomics for municipalities. This brief video serves to summarize the initiative as we understand it currently and outline some steps you can be doing now to begin the process of evaluating your program. Your goal at this stage should be to determine what you have and what you might need in order to be compliant with this new initiative. The Ministry of Labour has identified that Ontario municipalities have above average injury rates when compared to provincially for musculoskeletal disorders. Of particular concern is ergonomic-related injuries in public works employees. As a result, the Ministry has launched a 2-year initiative to address this concern. Year 1 begins now, as municipalities start the process of preparing for the Year 2 inspections. Currently, we're waiting on clear criteria and objectives from the Ministry on what they will be looking for during the inspections. However, we expect that there will be strong focus on program and policy development, identifying ergonomic hazards in workplace inspections, training for the Joint Health and Safety Committee, supervisors, and frontline staff on ergonomic principles, hazards, and the implications in their varying work environments. Although the Ministry of Labour initiative is brand new, we at PROergonomics identified a gap in municipal ergonomic practices associated with non-office workers, which we referred to as field workers and included the public works staff, over a year ago, and have been working with our municipal clients to help close this gap. 2 major initiatives we launched last year to start this conversation with our clients were 2 workshops with municipal health and safety and HR professionals on ergonomics for field workers, with the goal of discussing best practices and working directly with municipalities on the development of an action plan associated with reducing MSD injury risk in this specific group of employees. And secondly, we hosted a 2-part webinar series summarizing our findings from our work with clients, as well as the action planning initiatives from the workshops. At the end of this short video, you'll be given access to the information-packed recordings of the 2-part webinar series so you can start thinking about how to comply with the Ministry of Labour's newest ergonomic initiative. One of the most important things to come out of all of our conversations with municipalities, both clients and in the public workshops we hosted, was the discussion around why ergonomics for public works staff was so difficult. What we have listed here are some of the key discussion points. Work environments vary drastically both day to day and seasonally. One day an employee is working in a ditch, and another day they are plowing snow, and yet another day they are patching potholes. Much of the work that they do is manual in nature, but unfortunately nothing about it is standard. That's due to the changing work environments and tasks. Because their work is non-standard, their lifting and manual material handling requirements are also non-standard, and typically this causes increased risk. Although their job does vary day to day, within a job or a task, there can be some significantly cyclical elements, which typically adds ergonomic risk. Examples might include pothole patching, brush clearing, hydrant maintenance, or even gardening. And then to compound all of these issues, not all of the equipment that your public works staff is using can easily be fit to the employee. To address this difficult issue, we recommend that you step back and simplify things, breaking public works employees' main tasks down into a few key concepts that you can tackle one at a time. Specifically, you're going to need to spend time working on your program or policy. Vehicle and driving ergonomics is a key area, lifting and manual material handling, as well as the ergonomics of the equipment that the public works staff is using. And we're going to dive a little deeper into each of those on the next few slides. The Ministry of Labour has identified that heavy equipment and vehicles or trucks are likely to be an area of focus as part of their initiative, probably due to the potential for prolonged awkward postures and potential for falls upon entry or exit of the equipment. To address this area, your primary opportunities are looking at the purchasing of equipment that is adjustable and addresses employee needs. This may require revisiting of any purchasing standards to ensure ergonomic factors are considered, and training of staff on what adjustments are possible in their vehicles and how to use them to ensure they are best supported while they are operating the equipment. Several of our municipal clients have been taking this action step over the past year, getting their staff trained on how to properly set up everything from snowplows and front-end loaders to fleet vehicles like pickup trucks to ensure that injury risk is reduced while their staff is in a vehicle. Lifting is another area of opportunity that we think the ministry may focus on, particularly due to the reference to awkward postures and unbalanced work in their documentation so far. How many times have you seen a public works employee roll their eyes when someone starts sharing with them the principles of safe lifting, spreading the message that they should lift with their legs and not with their back? The problem is that basic safe lifting training really only speaks to lifting of boxes and other objects in a typical or standard environment. Your public works staff lifts things in many non-standard environments, including in and out of truck beds, ditches, which may mean that none of their lifting actually fits into the standard box. This is an area clients have also been working on with us to tackle ergonomics with their public works staff. We've been doing highly customized, practical training that challenges staff to apply ergonomic lifting principles to all of their non-standard environments. Although we are not yet clear if equipment used by public works staff will be of focus or not in this initiative, it is likely another opportunity or area for improvement that you may have. If the ministry does include this as an area of focus, you're going to be conducting risk assessments on the usage of the equipment you have to determine if it meets manual handling requirements for weight handled, vibration exposure, grip type, and more, and then determining what opportunities you have for reducing the risk, such as weight supports or automation options. The message we want you to take away today is that you do not have to wait for the Ministry of Labor webinars coming up in May to get started on ergonomics for public works staff. Get ahead of this initiative now by starting with an internal audit of your current processes, including, number 1, evaluate your existing program to see how and where it addresses ergonomics for public works. You'll likely know fairly quickly if it is addressing the hazards in those work environments or not. Number 2, review your training records to summarize what training has been done with public works related to ergonomics, when it was done, and who attended. It's a good idea to figure out what that training included as well. Thinking about your safe lifting training example, did it really address the needs of the public works staff and improve their ability to apply safety lifting guidelines in their field? If not, perhaps you need to revisit it. And don't forget about a timeline. Even if you've done some ergonomic training, it may not be current. And third, update workplace inspections to include ergonomic hazards. And if you already have it in there, consider expanding it or making it a little bit more detailed. Your Joint Health and Safety Committee and supervisors should be looking for ergonomic hazards, and ensure they have a systematic way to do this will be key to you being compliant with this initiative. We have been working closely with municipalities for many years and have several core trainings and initiatives that we believe will meet and exceed the ministry's requirements for this ergonomic initiative. As soon as the evaluation criteria is announced for the Ministry of Labor inspection, PROergonomics will be there to help municipalities across Ontario address their gaps and move forwards with a comprehensive MSD prevention program, which will include a policy, training for all stakeholders, and risk assessments as needed. PROergonomics is currently working with over 40 Ontario municipalities on a variety of ergonomic initiatives, making us your ergonomic experts. For now, check out our 2-part webinar series on fieldworker ergonomics to get you started, and stay tuned to updates from PROergonomics as the Ministry of Labor releases more details on this 2-year initiative. We can't wait to get started working with you to reduce MSD injuries and ensure you are compliant and ahead of the curve with whatever the ministry is throwing your way.